Hello everyone, welcome back to another reading. Today's reading is going to be about what people first notice about you. If you have noticed, we have a new deck finally. This is actually the Smith-Waite Tarot deck, a recreation of the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, and it was meant to be my first deck. I actually purchased it first because it is such a common beginner's deck in tarot. However, it came very, very late to me, so I actually ended up purchasing the Everyday Witch mini tarot deck to practice with until I got the Rider-Waite tarot deck. But now we have both decks, and we will be using both decks today. As always, the decks used will be listed below. Today we have 4 groups for what people first notice about you. We have group 1, which is this really cool but scary looking skull with red eyes that was made for me by my friend Annie. They're all earrings, by the way. We have the second earring, which is this witch's hat with little legs given to me by my grandmother. We have group 3, which is this cross earring. And then we have group 4, which is this full body skeleton earring. Oh. This is actually used, sort of, in all of my vids. He actually sits next to me while I do tarot. But yes, as always, the timestamps will be listed in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the reading. Hello, Group 1. If you chose this red-eyed skull earring as your earring, this reading will be for you. This is a reading as to how people first feel when they meet you, what their first impressions are, basically how you come across to people upon the first meeting. Your first card is the 9 of Cups. We will be pulling 8 cards from the Rider-Waite Tarot deck and 4 for clarification from the Everyday Witch Tarot deck. Okay, so Group 1, how do people feel when they first meet them? What are their first impressions of Group 1? Whoa, okay, you have the World card. This actually fell into my charm bucket. It is the Knight of Cups. Group 1, how do people feel when they first meet them? What are their first impressions? You have the Ace of Wands. Whoa. You had 2 jump out. You have the 5 of Wands, as well as the 9 of Wands. Two more, please. Whoa, okay. You have the Ace of Swords. Oh, you had 2 just come out. I will take both of them. Oh, 3 actually. Interesting. Okay, you have the 6 of Swords, the Ace of Cups. Oh, I don't know where to put that. The Ace of Cups, I'll put that here, as well as the Queen of Swords. Okay, so Group 1, right off the bat, I think a lot of people definitely think that you are open with your emotions. You have the Nine of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. Cups are all about emotion in tarot, and I definitely think these people think you are very upfront with your emotions. Not necessarily that you reveal everything or overshare, but that you are not afraid to show emotion. You're very emotionally vulnerable. You have the Knight of Cups, which shows like a new emotional journey. So it could be that they believe that you are the type of person to just tell your crush that you like them, or to like make it very clear that you like them. People also seem to think that you're very worldly, like you've experienced a lot, maybe you've been through some stuff, because you have the World. Oh, if I can pick it up. You have the World, and you also have the Six of Swords. So the World card is all about, world experiences, travel. Maybe they think you're the type of person to travel the world, to experience lots of different things. And then you also have the Six of Swords, which is all about, which is all about baggage and emotional, turmoil. So it seems to me that you're the type of person who's really experienced a lot of the world, really experienced a lot of heartbreak, really experienced a lot of, trauma, but really does their best to try and move on from that. Yeah, so I'm getting that you're really the type of person to be emotionally vulnerable, to wear their heart on their sleeve, to not be afraid to talk about their past. You also seem to be very good at communication because you have the Queen of Swords as well as the Ace of Swords here, which is all about clarity and communication. So you are the type of person who's really good at talking, really good at expressing their feelings. You also have a lot of Wands energy. You have the Page of Wands, the Five of Wands, as well as the Nine of Wands. So you're someone who deals well with conflict. Because of this Five of Wands, this is all about chaos, confusion. You're the type of person who deals really well with that. Like I said, you're very good at communicating, so it seems to be that you're very good at, resolving situations. The Page of Wands also means spark and creative energy, so it could be that you're the type of person who's really good at coming up with new ideas and really expressing them, getting those ideas across because of this Swords energy. Okay, let's get some clarifiers from the Everyday Witch Tarot deck. Group 1, what do people first think about them? What do people first see when they meet them? Okay, you had one flip over. You have the Hanged Man, the High Priestess. Two more, please. What do people first think about when they see Group 1? Okay, so you have... Oh, you got a double. You have two Nine of Cups. You have the Nine of Cups again, as well as the Page of Swords. So like I said, with the Page of Swords, you are very good at communication. You are very good at getting your feelings across, getting your ideals across. I'm sorry. You have a double Nine of Cups. So I really think you're the type of person to be emotionally vulnerable, but also to just focus on the good side of things. You're a very positive, optimistic person. You always look on the bright side. So even when you are going through this thing with the Six of Swords or the Five of Wands, you're a very optimistic person. They also see you as very knowledgeable. You have the World as well as the High Priestess. The High Priestess is all about, spiritual knowledge, divine knowledge. You might not be a very spiritual person, although I believe people perceive you to be because of the Hanged Man, but people really think you have this knowledge about the universe. Like I said, you're very worldly. They feel like you have experienced quite a bit of the world. You also have the Hanged Man here, which really is about spirituality and sort of going with the flow. So I feel like people think that you are a relatively laid-back person, possibly, but more so that you're very knowledgeable. Just that people really think that you know a lot of the world. You're very knowledgeable, you're good at communication, and you really look on the bright side of things. Okay, I'll move your cards and we'll do a few charms. Put both Nine of Cups on top because I feel like that double is very significant. and we will pull you some charms. Okay, so group 1, what do people first see when they meet them? That was very bad of a sentence. Group 1, what do people feel the first time they meet them? What do people first notice about group 1? Okay. Like I said, I think people perceive you to be a very spiritual and knowledgeable person with this spirit charm. You have two children. I cannot speak. So it could be that people really see that you connect with children or are very, like, nurturing. You have the attachment symbol. So like I said, I feel like you'd be the type of person to just tell your crush they like them. You know, no fuss, just sort of go right into a relationship. You're the type of person to really express your feelings right off the get-go. People see you as lucky. You have this luck charm, so people could see you as lucky. If you are a dancer, people think you are a good and talented dancer. But if you are not a dancer, people definitely see that you put a lot of hard work and dedication into the things that you care about. And then you have this turtle. So it could be people see that you take your time with the things that are important to you. Alright, group 1, that was your reading. If you enjoyed it, please do leave it in the comments if anything resonated. Please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe if you want to see more from me, and thank you so much for watching. Hello, group 2. If you chose this witch's hat as your little earring or charm, this reading is for you. I'll just put it right over here. We are going to be pulling 12 cards today. We will pull 8 cards from the Rider-Waite tarot deck, and then we will pull 4 clarification cards from the Everyday Witch tarot deck. This is going to be a reading for what do people first notice about you, what stands out to them, and how you first appear to the people around you. Alright, so your first card is the 8 of Pentacles. Alright. Group 2, what do people first notice about them? What are their first impressions? How does group 2 first appear to the people around them? Whoa, one flew out. Alright, you have the 3 of Swords. What do people first notice about them? Oh, okay. What do people first notice about group 2? Okay. A few cards just came out. You have Death, the 8 of Wands, you have the Chariot. Alright, a few more please. What do people first notice about group 2? The cards are being kind of quiet, so if cards don't come out very fast, I will pull them. Okay, you have Queen of Swords. A little bit of a conflicting energy here. Okay, 4 of Swords. And the last one just came out. It is the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, group 2, so the first thing that jumps out at me is that people sort of see you as a heartbreaker. That might be a surprise to some of you. That doesn't mean that people see you as a player, but they see you as the type of person who definitely has a lot of people seeking after them romantically. because you have this Three of Swords here, which is all about heartbreak, all about emotional, like romantic loss. So I definitely think people see you as the type of person who has to turn down a bit of people, or maybe has a lot of people seeking after them romantically. You also have the Death card, which means people think you are unafraid of change. People think you are not afraid to start something over if it's not going right, to, you know, have a fresh start if things aren't going your way. That also makes sense with the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is all about putting in the work, putting in the time, in the effort to see the end result. So you are the kind of person who is perceived as someone to be a very hard worker, someone who puts in the effort into the things they want to do, someone who, you know, clocks in the time to get the result. You have a little bit of a conflicting energy here because you have the Eight of Wands as well as the Queen of Swords. The Eight of Wands is all about confusion and lack of communication, while the Queen of Swords is all about clarity. So it could be that either you are the type of person to really be able to help other people communicate and fix communication problems. Maybe when two people are having an argument, they go to you to help get across their feelings. Or you are the type of person who knows very clearly what they want to say but has trouble communicating that in the outside world, outside of their head. I'm sort of getting for a lot of you, though, that you are the type of person to fix other people's communication problems. You're the type of person who is very well-spoken and seems to be who other people go to when they're having problems with communication. Because you are a very hard worker, people also see you as very successful. The Six of Pentacles is a card about victory. It's a card about, you know, sharing your success with others. So I definitely think people see you as a very successful person. That, along with the Chariot, which is all about forward movement, really makes people think that you are really, you know, on your way to where you want to be. You are making progress in your career, in your love life. People really see you as someone to look up to, someone to follow in the footsteps of. While you have a lot of imagery of hard work, you also have the Four of Swords. So people do see that you take time to take care of yourself, or maybe they think you should take time to take care of yourself. The Four of Swords really shows that people think you deserve self-care. People really think that you deserve time to yourself, time to rest, because you really put in a lot of hard work, and it could be that you're not taking that time to rest, and people really think that you should be. Let's get some clarification cards from the Everyday Witch Tarot deck. Okay, so group 2. What do people first see? What do people first think about them? What are their first impressions of group 2? How do people feel when they meet group 2? What are their first thoughts? Again, these cards are for clarification. Whoa! As soon as I said that, 4 cards flew out of my hand. Okay, so, oh wow, you got 6 cards actually. So you have the Wheel of Fortune, which makes me think people really see you as someone who's willing to take a chance. Like I said with that Death card, you are not opposed to starting something over if it's not going right. You are the type of person who is willing to take chances. I'll put that right here. You also have the Queen of Swords once again. You have a double. So like I said, you are the kind of person who is someone to go to when there are problems with communication. You are very well spoken. You are very clear at expressing your feelings, and people really admire that and use that to their advantage, not in a bad way, but in a way where they come to you for advice of that type of problem. You also have the Tower. Like I said, you are not opposed to getting rid of something in your life if it's not going your way. You are not opposed to starting over with that Death and Wheel of Fortune. You are the type of person who, if it's not going right, you will just scrap it and start over. Or at least that is how you are perceived. With the Eight of Swords, some people see you as the type of person who can sort of get trapped in their own head, is what I'm getting from this card. Because as you can see, oh my goodness, her hands and eyes are tied, but it doesn't show her feet being tied, and if she stood up, she could easily walk out of the situation. So, like I said, with the needing to rest card, with the Four of Swords, it could be that you get trapped in your own head, you get trapped in your own cycle of being a workaholic and don't take the time to rest. You also have the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Wands. Now with the Seven of Swords, because you have so much energy of being good at communication, this card is about lying. I think you're the type of person who can really see if someone is lying. You are very quick to point out deceit, you are very quick to figure out when someone is lying to you, and I think people realize that. With the Ten of Wands, like I said with the workaholic thing, you're the type of person to carry the world on your shoulders. You're the type of person who will think everything has to be done by them only, you won't ask for help, and you're the kind of person who really puts all the weight on your own back. And I think people see that and recognize that you need a little bit of time for self-care with that Four of Swords. Okay, let's pull you some charms. Oh. Group 2, how do people first perceive them? What are their first impressions? Okay. So you're very friendly. You have the C-3PO charm. You're very hopeful. You have the hope charm. So people see you as someone with a lot of hope, maybe in the world, maybe in other people. You have the fire truck charm, which is all about putting out fires in your own life. So people see you as very capable, very self-sufficient. You have the rubber band, which is attachment. So it could be people see you as someone who gets attached quickly, or maybe as someone who is very attached to their work. And then you have the abundance charm, which really makes me think of hard work. Like I said, with that Eight of Pentacles, you really put in the effort to see the abundance, you know, in your life. So Group 2, that is your reading. If anything resonated, please do leave it in the comments. I would love to hear about it. If you would like to see more from me, please do feel free to subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Hello Group 3, if you chose the cross earring, this reading is for you. This is a reading of how people first perceive you. What are their first impressions of you? What do they think of you when they first meet you? This reading will have 12 cards and some charms at the end. We will be pulling 8 cards from the Rider-Waite tarot deck, as well as 4 clarification cards from the Everyday Witch tarot deck, and your first card is the Two of Cups, my favorite card. So that's always very nice to see in readings. Okay, so Group 3, what are people's first impressions of you? What are people's first impressions of Group 3? What do people first think about Group 3? What did they first notice? The cards are being particularly quiet today. Okay, so you have the Five of Cups, the Nine of Wands. I had to think about the number for a second. Alright, Group 3, what do people first notice about them? What are their first impressions of Group 3? As someone who does tarot, you would think I'm good at Roman numerals, but I still struggle with them from time to time. Okay, wow. A lot of cards just came out. Well, 3. It's not exactly a lot, but you have the Queen of Wands, the, what is that? 9 of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. The Page of Cups. Alright, what do people first think about group 3? What are their first impressions? 2 more cards, please. Please be as clear and concise as you can be. And I believe 3 just came out. We will take all of them. Okay, so you got the Knight of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. So right off the bat, group 3, you are a very fiery person, or people perceive you to be very fiery, very passionate. You have the Ace of Wands, which is all about new ideas, creativity. Oh, it just started raining. So if you hear rain, I do apologize. I can see it out my window. It literally just started raining. Anyway, people perceive you as a very fiery, very passionate, very creatively driven person. You have the Ace of Wands as well as the Queen and Knight of Wands, so people see you as a very fast-moving person. Wands are incredibly fast. They see you as someone who thinks of new things and then jumps right into completing them very quickly. It could be that you have a lot of creative ideas and you are very quick to jump on them and complete them and put in the work to see them fulfilled. You also have the 2 and Page of Cups. Like I said, the 2 of Cups is my favorite card. It is actually a soulmate card. The Page of Cups is very similar to the 2 of Cups. You have this energy of really showing people overflowing love and compassion. You have the Page of Cups, which is all about, you know, an offering of good luck, possibly romantic, because you have the Fish, which is good luck, as well as the 2 of Cups, which is a soulmate card about, you know, meeting one another with overflowing abundance and sharing it with one another. So people see you as a very compassionate, very giving person. People see you as someone who is very open to sharing their abundance with people, very open to sharing their knowledge, sharing their emotions. Really, like I said, as someone who is very giving and compassionate. So you have passionate and compassionate. However, I think people can sense that if people aren't the same as you, you kind of get discouraged, because you have the 5 of Cups, which is all about cups that are spilled and being focused on the negative while having 2 full cups behind you. I really think you're the type of person who meets everyone with love and light and happiness, and then sometimes gets discouraged if that is not reciprocated right away, because I think I am also that type of person. The type of person who sort of meets everyone like they're your best friend, but if it's not reciprocated right away, you can sort of get discouraged and down. You also have the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is all about persistence and frustration with things not going correctly. So I do think that because you have all this wand energy, you're a very creative type person. You're the person who, even if you're not in a creative field, will think of new ways to accomplish your goals, think of new things to do, and immediately jump right into that. And sometimes it doesn't work right away because you do have these 2 Pentacles energies. Pentacles are very slow, and I think you're a very fast-moving person. So I think that you can sort of get discouraged if people, 1, aren't as compassionate and friendly and happy as you, or 2, if your ideas don't flesh out immediately. Which I am definitely this type of person. This is like reading for myself. You also have the 9 and 10 of Pentacles, so people see you as very successful, but you might not feel successful yourself. People see you as very accomplished. People see you as very, you know, also family driven. People see you as someone who really puts an emphasis on family, but also puts an emphasis on their goals and aspirations. You're the type of person who really works hard for what you have, but I think you might feel like this is not coming as quickly as you want it to, but other people see you as very, very successful. All right, let's get some clarification. Group 3, what do people first think about when they meet them? What are their first impressions? My mother always told me I wasn't allowed to do tarot for myself because she said it was bad luck to read for yourself, but this reading is me. I don't know how else to describe it. I am resonating with my own reading here. Okay, so you got the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is all about, like I said, new ideas, new journeys, new paths to take. You are a very creative and intelligent person. You are the type of person who thinks of new opportunities for yourself constantly. You also have the Three of Pentacles. So I said this before, but you are a very friendly person, and I think you work really well in a team because you have all of these ideas and you're so compassionate and caring for other people. You work extremely well in groups. You have the King of Swords, which is all about clarity and communication. This is sort of a card that could be seen as blunt, but I don't feel that way about you. I think you are the type of person who is very clear-cut with their emotions. You are very clear at expressing yourself, is what I am getting with that card. And you also have the Queen of Cups, which is about emotional vulnerability. Like I said, lots of cups energy. Love and light and happiness. Very much a compassionate person. You are very caring. Okay, group 3, let's get your charms. Oh, if I can pick up the cards. Okay, so group 3, what are people's first impressions of group 3? Okay. You were very hopeful. The last group also got this charm. You were very hopeful. You were very bright. You really give other people a lot of hope in the world, if that makes sense. This sort of pertains to your own feeling about your success. People see you as very successful, but you feel like your success is just out of reach. You have both the violin and the dancer. These both represent hard work and dedication. Like I said, you put in a lot of effort into your ideas, but I feel like you personally don't see yourself as successful when other people really see the effort you're putting in. You have the marriage, I guess, attachment charm. This really represents emotional attachment, so I think you get attached to people very easily, or at least people perceive you as getting attached to others very easily. But people also see you as very capable. You have the fire truck, which is about putting out fires in your own life. So I definitely think people see you as capable. You're not weak because of your emotions. People definitely see you as strong. Okay, group 3, that was your reading. If anything resonated, please do tell me in the comments. I would love to hear about it. If you would like to see more from me, please feel free to subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Hello group 4, if you chose this skeleton earring as your earring or charm today, this reading is for you. He's very lanky. I will just put him over here. This is a reading for how people first feel about you when you first meet. What are their first impressions of you? We will be pulling 8 cards from the Rider-Waite tarot deck and 4 clarification cards from the Everyday Witch tarot deck. And your first card for people's first impressions of you is the Hierophant. Okay. So, Group 4. What are people's first impressions of Group 4? How do they feel about them at the first meeting? What do they first notice about Group 4? Whoa. Okay. You have the Page of Pentacles. What do people first notice about Group 4? Oh, we have a card flip over. The Ten of Cups. Whoa. The Hanged Man. Okay, we have quite a bit of cards jumping out this time. The Fool. The Six of Cups. What do people first notice about Group 4? What do people first see? What are their first thoughts? Six of Swords. Okay. You got two more. I will take them both. Got the Ten of Pentacles, as well as the Three of Wands. Okay, Group 4, so the first thing I notice about you, well, the first thing other people notice about you, is that they think you are a very spiritual person. They think you are very enlightened. They think you are very, spiritually sound. You have the Hierophant, and you have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is all about spirituality. It is ruled by Neptune, which has to do with spirituality. It is all about having faith. If you try to change your situation in this instance, it will cause you to fall. So it is all about, the waiting game, about having faith that your situation will change for the better. And the Hierophant is all about spirituality. So people see you as a very spiritual person. It's possible that some people also see you as a mentor. Whoa, I just messed up all of the cards, because the Hierophant is also a mentoring card, so it's possible that people see you as a figure to look up to. People also see you as someone who is very brave. You have the Fool, who is someone who is unafraid to start new adventures, to start new journeys. You see, the Fool is on a cliff and he's still fine. He still doesn't care. He's still ready to go on the journey. So it's possible that people think you are very unafraid of danger. You are very unafraid of the possible, rejections in your life. And you're the type of person to go after something that you want, no matter if the likelihood of you getting it is good or not. You also have the Page of Pentacles, which is all about new opportunities, all about new adventures, new journeys. So again, with the Fool energy, the Page is a very young, bright energy, so people see you as someone very refreshing, someone very brave, someone very excited to get out into the world and chase the things that you want. People also see you as very loving. You have the Six of Cups, which is a soulmate card. This is all about, sharing gifts with other people, about giving. People see you as a very giving person. People see you as a very compassionate person. You have the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. Now, people see you as very, very successful and very, very happy. Now, because you have the Six of Swords and the Three of Wands, I get the feeling that people see you as successful and happy no matter what your reality is. Because you have the Six of Swords, which is about baggage, like emotional trauma, as well as the Three of Wands, which is about waiting and, struggling to make decisions. It seems like no matter how you actually feel, no matter what you're actually going through, you give off the feeling of being very happy and very successful, be for better or worse. Yeah, it seems like because you are so compassionate and giving and brave, people sort of sense that you're very spiritually sound, very spiritually wise, because you are so brave and so giving. However, because of your bravery and your giving nature, people really don't see you struggling often. It would take you opening up to them for them to be able to see that, because people really see you as very, very happy and very, very successful. All right, let's get some clarification from the Everyday Witch Tarot deck. Group 4, what do people first see? What do people first think about when they see Group 4? Cards are going all over the place. What do people first notice about Group 4? Okay, you had quite a bit of cards fall out. I will take the top one in that group. Okay. So, first, you have the... Oh, you have 5 cards, actually. Well, the first thing I noticed is that you have the Page of Wands. People think you are very creative. You are very much the type of person to chase after the things that you want. Like I said with the Fool and the Page of Pentacles, you are very bright and you have a lot of creative energy to chase after your goals. There's sort of like a fire under you. You really want to get going. You really want to be, you know, looking for those opportunities to get to where you want to be. You also have the Queen of Wands, which means you are very fiery, you are very opinionated, you are very strong in what you want, you know what you want, and you will chase after it to go get it. You have the 7 of Cups, which is all about manifestation. So like I said, people see you as very successful. People see you as the type of person who will find the resources to get what you want. This sort of correlates to the 10 of Pentacles. People, no matter your struggles, people see you as very successful. You also have the 9 of Pentacles. People see you as the person who is basking in your abundance. People see you as someone who has worked hard for what you have and is now just sort of chilling and relaxing in your success. You also have the 5 of Pentacles, which is a card about feeling left out. So I sort of think that this is you in this situation, because you have this pain with the 6 of Swords and the 3 of Wands, this sort of confusion, this waiting game. So it really makes me think that you sort of feel left out because you are seen as so successful. You sort of feel left out of the emotional vulnerability that you could have if people really saw what you actually went through. If that makes any sort of sense. Alright, let's get to your charm, see if it can give us any more information. Yeah, Group 4, I'm really seeing you as the type of person who doesn't really share your emotions. So maybe think about talking to a friend when you're going through whatever your 6 of Wands may be. Alright, so Group 4, what are people's first impressions of them? Whoa, you got quite a bit of charms. So you have this rubber band as well as the button, which are both attachment imageries. So I think you're very attached to your ideas. You have the teddy bear, which means people probably come to you for comfort, but don't often offer you their comfort, if that makes sense. Not necessarily in a toxic way, but I see you as someone who very often comforts other people, but doesn't really express your own emotions frequently. You have the flower. People see you as constantly growing and adapting. You have the luck potion. People see you as very, very lucky. You have the strength charm, which is very interesting. People see you as very strong. Like I said with the bravery, I think people assume that you are absolutely fine going through any hardships when you might be struggling. You have the comedy Shakespeare charm, so people see you as funny, possibly. And then you have the seashell, which I relate to the moon. So people see you as holding in secrets. I think this really relates to you in that you seem to hold in whatever struggles you are going through and comfort other people instead. And I think maybe you might want to rely more on your friends or your family, because it's clear that you're not the kind of person who really wants to talk about their emotions, but you also feel sort of left out because you can't, or you feel as if you cannot talk about your emotions. So maybe now is a good time to reach out to someone and talk about whatever your Six of Wands is. So group 4, that was your reading. If it resonated at all, I would love to hear about it in the comments below. If you want to see more from me, please feel free to subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.